This is the Male Rights Activist Podcast, episode 215, where we focus on relationships, sports, pop culture, and politics from a managed point of view. First of all, we want to thank our listeners. Our new ones are OGs. Thank you for hanging with the fellas.
What's up?
On today's show, a mom got arrested after her 10-year-old gets a tattoo.
Before everybody piles on, the tattoo was a running tally of all the money she spent on them.
That's hilarious, man. We have a posting up from a man who had a great time with a younger date, but he regrets not setting the ground rules.
Like, don't tell my wife.
Exactly. Akon admits to pulling a switcheroo. We have a Dear Erby from a guy who wants to know how to get his daughter to exercise, and it was a tough week for LA sports fans. We're going to talk about all that and more right now. This is the MRA podcast with Kyle and Kamal, where men come to talk and women come to eavesdrop. I am Kyle.
I am Kamal.
And we are helping you to understand the man you love. Let's get to the news, Kamal.
Let's get into it now.
President Obama says sometimes Democrats are buzzkills.
For real?
Yeah, he said that, man. Yeah, which I can't believe he said sometimes. That's like saying sometimes Republicans are racist, you know?
Yeah, Democrats, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Hey, come on, Republicans are so racist, even the black ones are.
Of course.
That's how bad it is over there, though.
Yo, HBO is set to release a new Scooby-Doo series with a black Shaggy.
Oh, okay.
And you mentioned
Black
races
Shaggy.
earlier. They are in full effect. They're saying there's no way Shaggy can be black because Scooby is his dog and is not a pit bull. Racists always think.
Hey, man, they might have a point, though. I'm just saying, bro. Not a rot or a pit.
And he's cooperating with the police.
Come on, man. Get out of here with that, man.
Shaggy over there snitching.
Man, it's ridiculous. He ain't one of us.
He ain't one of us.
Hey, come out. You know, Monday, October 17th was National Payback a Friend Day.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah, lucky for me, I am not friends with American Express. I don't even know him like that, Kamal.
And luckily, most of my friends have never heard of that day.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You would have definitely hit your boy up.
Oh, you ain't lying.
Yeah. After being punched in the face by teammate Draymond Green, Golden State Warriors guard Jordan Poole recently signed a 4-year, $140 million contract extension.
Wow. Is that the case?
Yeah, man. Thank you, Draymond. May I have another? Jordan was quoted saying,
Hey,
I fucked that
quote,
up,
right?
but...
Hey, no, but we get the goddamn point. Like, hey, man, listen, dog. You can go ahead and hit me on the other job, too, bro, because I'm getting paid.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that punch got me an extra $15, $20 million.
Yeah, you know how that works. Just to let you know you're important, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, come out. Speaking of sports, a man is suing a golf course after they refused to give him the truck they promised as a hole-in-one prize.
Damn.
And the country club released a statement saying, in our defense, we offered you the truck when we thought your golf game sucked. We didn't know, dog.
I didn't know you had skills.
We thought you was boo-boo, dog. We didn't know you could play.
I didn't know you actually can drive that much.
Yeah, man. My bad.
Yeah. The family of George Floyd is considering suing Kanye West after he claimed Floyd died of a drug overdose and Derek Chauvin's knee wasn't even on his neck like that.
Kanye said that?
Yeah. Well, Kanye, wait till you see where George Floyd's family's knee ends up after this lawsuit.
Oh, man. Kanye.
Deep in your ass.
I hope so, man. It's just, I can't even go there, man. Hey, come out. A man robbed a bank with his finger.
Wow.
Yeah, man. That just goes to show you people will do anything to avoid being touched by a booger.
Take it all.
Look, but just look. Come on, man. Don't play. Stop playing. You play too much.
Take it all. Here's all the stats.
Dog. I might be able to be robbed by a finger with that on it, dog.
Oh gosh. Yes.
Come on, man. Stop playing. Just have it. Take it. Leave me alone.
Yo, a convicted murderer who once removed his eyeballs and ate one now is petitioning to be released from prison.
Really?
Yep. He said he understands that people think he's insane, needs to remain locked up, but he just doesn't see it.
saying, dog. I can't see what y'all see, man.
I can't see what y'all see.
Speaking of body parts and fingers, a man was arrested after he left his finger behind at a crime scene, Kamal.
Wow.
Yeah, he is the first criminal to point himself out.
He fingered himself.
He sure did, man.
Man, that's crazy.
Ridiculous.
Speaking of body parts, after getting evicted, a Chicago lady severed her landlord's body parts and put them in the freezer.
Ooh, after being evicted?
After being evicted.
Damn.
So now who's going to give her a rental reference letter?
Not going to be him, dog.
No, not going to
She was like, fuck that shit, man.
Nah, man.
Hey, speaking of women, man, a woman was scammed by a Russian astronaut who claimed to need money to return to Earth. Come out.
Oh, come on, man.
Come on, man. This, you know what? I'm telling you what bothers me. This is racism. Because she wouldn't have even responded to the email if he was Nigerian.
Oh, shit. A Nigerian astronaut.
See?
I guess the bigger the
You're
lie, she
racist,
might have believed
Cabal.
that one.
Look, you sound like Cabal, right? You sound like Kanye right now, Cabal. What the hell?
A Nigerian astronaut.
Nigerian astronaut. Shit, get the fuck out of here. Oh, shit.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, I'm sorry, Nigerians, man.
Apologize to your people.
Yeah.
What you got? Close us out.
All right. A New York Democrat running as a third-party candidate in New York tries to get out the vote by making and releasing a sex tape to the public.
Okay.
Yeah, he released a sex tape, put it out there, let everybody see it. He told voters instead of focusing on the poll he's behind in, focus on the behind his poll is in.
Very funny, man. We come back, man. We have some feedback there. We have a post-up from a man who had a great time with a younger date, but he regrets not setting some ground rules. What happened? Kamal and I will tell you what happened next. It's the MRA Podcast. Hey, what's up, guys? I sure hope you're enjoying the show. If you like it, I invite you to go to our website, themrapodcast.com, and catch up on over 100 episodes that we have in store for you.
You ain't working. You might as well check us out.
And if you want some more, go over to The World According to Cheryl and check me out on Cheryl Underwood's podcast. We post content there every single day. We have her normal radio show labeled SUR, and then the Cheryl Underwood podcast where we get into her personal business every Friday. Then on the weekends, we have the specialty shows that range from Late Night Cupcake to Auntie Cheryl's House Party to our gospel show, Spiritual Nourishment.
You gotta check out The World According to Cheryl, even though I ain't on it.
We got some feedback, homie.
Do we now?
Yeah, man. Latoya in Hawthorne said, I have been listening to you guys on and off for a while, and I finally tried one of your YouTube episodes. You two are a couple of cuties. Okay, let me find out.
Oh, do we have fans?
Hey. Appreciate you, Latoya in Hawthorne. Please like and subscribe. And we'll let you know when we got another one coming, man. When we come back, man, we have a post nut from a man who had a great time with a younger date, but he regrets not setting some ground rules. What happened, Kamal and I will tell you next. It's the MRA Podcast. According to Webster's dictionary, being in post-nut mode is when you have a clear mind and you can make sound decisions as if you just busted a nut.
Yeah, I don't know if Webster actually said that.
No, he didn't. But our listener, Big Easy Q, told us all about it and we can relate. Women, men. So listen, if you have a story of when you did something foolish.
In pre-nut mode.
Yeah, something really dumb. Maybe it was top grime. Especially something in pre-nut mode you don't want nobody to know about. Hit us up and we'll tell the world. We can all laugh at your expense and hopefully you'll learn from your mistakes.
Aristotle once said, the results of pre-nut mode is the best teacher. I think he said some shit like that.
Send us your stories at dearerby@themrapodcast.com. That's dearerby@themrapodcast.com. And now it's time for a post-nut mode story, only on the MRA Podcast. Okay, this one is from Lamont in Pasadena, Kamal.
Yes.
He said, I've been married for 10 years and my wife and I just agreed to get a divorce. Sorry to hear that, brother. I don't think I was ready. You stupid dog. I don't think I was ready to start dating again, but I met a young woman much younger than me, okay? She was into me to my surprise, very much into me. I took her out to Dave & Buster's and I had the time of my life. I forgot what it felt like to be alive. We played games, we laughed, we ate, we drank. and we even made out in the photo booth. That night, we were going to my place, but this young woman was so hot that she unzips my pants and starts giving me head while I'm driving. Okay.
It's the best kind.
Hey, come on now. I pull over, and we had the best car sex ever in a JCPenney parking lot.
Ha.
Afterwards, I dropped her off and went home. When I woke up, my phone was blown up by my ex-wife. I looked, and my ex sent me a text with pictures of my date and I kissing in the photo booth. Ooh. My new friend posted the pictures and tagged me. Ooh, who does that? Well, same question. My ex was livid. I was livid. I was so mad. I'm so used to dealing with grown-ups. I did not think I had to go over the posting guidelines with this child. Lesson learned. Love the show, guys. Keep up the good work. That is Lamont in Pasadena. Come out, I got to ask you, where did Lamont go wrong?
I mean, like you said, he's used to dealing with grown-ups. Mm-hmm. Keisha's not posting that. Latasha's not posting that. Monique is not posting that.
Anybody with a name that DMX listed in his song is not posting that shit.
Kim, all of them, yeah.
Yeah,
about
they're
3
not posting
Kims.
that.
Yeah, they're not posting that.
Yeah.
Shiloh, maybe.
No. Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's just, man, you got to know who you vibe with. I get it, though. I get it. I get the young chick is into you. But, man, these are... these kids, man, they move differently than we do, man. So this is what you got to look forward to. You deal with the youngster, everything's going to be posted. She's going to try to get you on some lives and all of that stuff, man. And if you ain't into that, find just somebody your age, around your speed, watching TV at night with you.
Hey, man, watching the Housewives, man. You never thought you would appreciate them housewife watchers, Cabal.
Oh, yeah, until you get that.
That poster.
Tagged in a picture the next day on a post.
Absolutely, man. Hey, man, when we come back, Akon admits to pulling a switcheroo. Is that something you would do? Come out and I will give you our take next. It's the MRA Podcast. Hey, guys, if you're digging the show, then please tell somebody. People might say something to you like, hey, man, what podcast you listening to? And that's when you say the MRA Podcast with Kyle and Kamal.
Or the MRA Podcast with Kamal and Kyle.
Kamal, Akon says he uses brothers as tour stand-ins. That's crazy. At the height of Akon's musical fame, he was so booked up that he would send his 2 brothers on the road to pose as him on stage. They would straight up do Milli Vanilli, dog. Lip syncing their brothers' hits so that he could be in 3 places at once. Oh my gosh. All right, we got to talk about how we feel about that, but first, I want to know, if you had a doppelganger, what would you use him for? What you got, come out?
Whenever I'm supposed to be home from work, somebody to come in there and just listen to like 8 hours of stories because I've been away at work, so they got just so much built-in stories. They can't finally, as soon as I get in, they got to let me know what happened that day.
Yes,
I need that guy to go in there and take that one for the team.
So basically, are you in the house while he's in there listening to your wife?
No.
Where are you, man?
I am in the car outside laughing my ass off at that poor guy.
That's hilarious, dude. Yeah. So you got your doppelganger sitting in for you, listening to the long story long while you laugh your ass off, and then we tag out, he gets paid and he's gone. Is that right?
Come in, eat dinner, and go to sleep.
Man, that's beautiful. Man, on that tip, man, I'm going to need the dude for date night. That's right. You take her out. Y'all have a blast, man. I'll pay for it. Y'all go have fun. Call me when you get back if she's ready for somebody to beat those. I'll come in. I'll tag in. I'll beat those. Make sure you give me the Cliff Notes, though, player, because I need to know what the fuck y'all did, and then I'll come in and tag out. Last one. What you got, bro?
Parent conferences.
Ooh.
Yeah, man. That motherfucker's in the 5th grade, man. I get it. I know what he can do.
Yeah.
I know what he can't do.
You don't need to be there, man.
I don't need to be there. I get it.
When I was a teacher, Kamal, it was always the best students whose parents showed up for parent conference. The knucklehead student, you never got to meet his mama. Every once in a while, but for the most part, it was the students who you didn't have to tell shit to, man.
Nah.
So I understand what you're saying, bro.
Yeah, man. It's like my kid, I'm just there symbolically at this point.
Yeah,
man.
basically. Especially when your wife is there, 'cause
Right.
you got to go to show that it's a 2-parent home and show that she got a man and all this
solidarity
bullshit.
and show support
Yeah,
and show that I'm
bullshit.
involved and all of that stuff. They got to come up with questions like, you have any
Oh,
questions?
I hate that. Do you got questions? I
yeah,
don't.
so,
No, I don't. I don't have questions, Kamal. I don't. And they always ask, "Do you have questions?" And I'm like, "No, I'm just listening." No, good or well, I wasn't with. I listen, but I don't give a fuck.
I gotta have a question.
I know, because you're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, I gotta have a question because I gotta show I'm listening, right? So I gotta
you're right,
prove that
you're
I'm not zoning out. So I gotta have a question. So
Yeah. I
geography
need the
lesson.
doppelganger to come up with questions for me. That's what I need, Kamal.
So he
If I'm
don't
going
he don't just sit in. He gotta actually participate.
Yes, dude. Yeah, I need that, man. Hey, man. When we come back, a 10-year-old's mom was arrested for letting her son get a tattoo. What do we think of that?
Spoiler alert: you probably already know.
You ain't lying. But we got some good ideas for that kid's tattoos and some bad ideas. You got to come back to hear it. It's the MRA podcast. Hey guys and gals, if you're enjoying the show, let someone know. Whatever app you're listening on, please subscribe, give us 5 stars, and leave a positive comment.
And why wouldn't you give us 5 stars and a positive comment? We're great.
Yes, we are. This helps our placement so that other people can enjoy the show as well.
And why wouldn't they? We're great.
Okay, Kamal, a mother was arrested for letting her 10-year-old son get a large tattoo. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, very embarrassing, man. I saw the story. I was very upset. But it got me to thinking, Kamal. There might be some acceptable tattoos for this young man to have.
For this boy.
For this boy.
Obviously, he wants a tattoo. He's getting a tattoo.
He's getting some.
There's got to be something that we can approve of.
Yeah, so, we got some ideas of some good ideas and some bad ideas. I'm going to start off. I got a bad idea. If the young man gets a tattoo of his girlfriend's face, bad idea, dog.
It's a bad idea.
Nah, you don't want that. You just met her. You don't know her. You don't know how long it's going to last. Dog. You're only in 5th grade. Do not get a tattoo of your girlfriend's face.
A good idea would be a picture of his dad's face the day he found out his mom was pregnant with him. That's, just seeing that face every day, just seeing dad like.
That's exactly what he needs.
And
the picture. Oh, that's funny, man. I got a bad idea
What's
for
up?
a picture for him. If he got his times table chart on his arm. Now, you might think, oh, that's smart, man. Get the times table chart. You can study it. But, yeah, man, you're going to regret that tattoo one day. Don't do that.
No.
That's a bad idea.
What this kid needs is a tattoo of a copy of his mother's report card so he can see what bad decisions in your youth could lead to.
Absolutely, man. Now we on the same page,
Yeah,
Cabal.
like, damn, I'm a science, math.
Yeah, all
Gee,
bad,
oh
all
God,
bad.
Gee, English.
We come back, man. It was a tough week for LA sports fans. I'm upset. I'm going to tell you why Kamal is a little less upset next. And then later in the show, man, we got to get into some whole shit. And we got a Dear Erby from a guy who wants to know how to get his daughter to exercise. Ooh, that's a touchy one. We'll talk about it next. It's the MRA Podcast. You listen to us, but Kamal and I want you to know that we listen to you too.
Even if we don't always respond to your tweets in a timely manner.
I love how you say we, man. So if you have some feedback, maybe you agree,
Maybe you disagree.
or maybe you just want to tell us how much you love the show, or that you want to testify about how we specifically helped you out, or maybe you just want to tell Kamal how he was right or wrong.
But mostly right.
Whatever you want to tell us, hit us on our social. I'm at Kyle Erby.
I'm at Angry Kamal.
Hit us up and you just might hear your comment on the air.
Promise, we'll be gentle.
Kamal, this was a painful, especially if you count me going back to last week when my Raiders lost that heartbreaker. The Raiders know how to lose to the Chiefs, man. It's been a long history of heartbreaking defeats. And
You could have just stopped the sentence with lose.
okay,
Raiders know
well, I
how to
told you I
lose.
was hurting, and you
Yeah.
still decided to kick me.
I'm just trying to help you out, man. You can say less and still get your point across.
Cool. And then USC lost to Utah. Now that's where we both feel pain from that, Kamal. Upset weekend, man. Alabama lost. How'd you feel about USC losing to Utah, man?
Ah, man, I was mad.
Yeah, man.
I was mad, dude. Saw that game and I was like, dude, did these refs have something in on this game? Did they have a little bit of cash on this one?
Let me tell you something, man. I hate it when people blame the refs. I'm going to talk about this later on our front page. I don't like when people say the refs are cheating, refs are cheating, refs are cheating. That damn USC game, I was like, what? And, come on, man. There was a phantom roughing the passer that ended. Dude, that put points on the board for them.
I've had handshakes that was rougher than that, huh?
Hilarious. How you feel about this roughing the passer thing? Tom Brady got one. The Raiders benefited from one. Now that USC game, Troy Aikman got in trouble for this roughing the passer comment saying the NFL needs to take off the dress. How you feel about this roughing the passer phenomenon? Do you think it's going to change anytime soon?
I don't know, man. I think the Tua Tagovailoa, that concussion and the blowback is making that pendulum swing the other way. And now, so they're extra cautious. You get a concussion, man, you're going to miss a game. Used to be like, you can clear it in a week, and nah, man, you missing the game. They don't want people breathing on these quarterbacks. And you know who I feel really most upset for?
Joe Theismann.
No. Close. Cam Newton. Cam Newton, when he was in his prime, those refs let WWE style hits on this man, and they didn't call anything. And I'm pretty sure it shortened his career. And, he's like 32, 33 years old, out of the league now. And now they want to protect the quarterback. If I'm Cam, dog, I'm real convenient. I'm hot.
Fish grease.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. The day after the USC game, man, it's just one of those feelings. And it's weird because it's just football, man. But, like, when you get fired or you have a death in the family or you get dumped and the next day you wake up and you realize that wasn't a dream and it just feels horrible. That's what it felt like the day after that SC loss. I was just like, it was one of the first things that I thought, like, man, that really did happen last night. Hell no, man. And then for me, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say I felt similar when Wesley lost his appeal and he really was going to prison.
I bet, dog.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Yeah, well, you were like, wow, he really is going.
He's going? He's a celebrity. He's the man.
Nah, bro. He's going, dog.
Really going. Wow.
And then, man, to make injury even worse, man, my Dodgers are out of the playoffs. That's horrible because they're, one of the favorites. And to lose, to not just to be put out, but by the San Diego Padres come out, it's so disgusting to me because I don't have love for San Diego sports, be it the Padres, the Clippers, or the Chargers. I wish they would. It frustrates me. So I don't know, man. But you're happy because the Yankees are still alive. How you feeling right now?
I'm good, man. It's a good day. Dodgers are out of it. Yankees are still in it. I've
been wondering about you, man. You didn't like the LA Raiders. You don't like the LA Lakers, and you don't like the LA Dodgers, man. I just don't understand how I even roll with a cat like you, bro, to be honest with you, man. I don't understand.
And I big up my city to the fullest.
You do.
I know. I rep
when
LA.
It comes to sports, you're so LA, bro. But when it comes to sports, not so much, dog, except for USC.
I like the people from LA. So, SC's going to have a lot of local cats, a lot of local talent and stuff like that, man. Does the Lakers have anybody from LA?
They did, but no, I understand what you're saying.
Exactly. So I root for the players and stuff like that, from the city.
Yeah, I hear you.
Except for Westbrook, because he's a Laker.
Yeah, well, we're not going to go there, man. When we come back, man, we get into some whole shit, and I'm hoping a certain co-host on the show might get on there for the way he treats his own cities. Teams, but he probably won't. Then later on the show, we have a Dear Erby from a guy who wants to know how to get his daughter to exercise. That's touchy as fuck. What should he do? Kamal and I are going to coach him up. It's the MRA Podcast. Guys, I have a comedy album. It's called Be a Man at All Times, and it's on, what's it on? Oh, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you stream your content.
It's a damn good comedy album.
I appreciate that, man. There's stand-up on there. Kamal and I wrote a whodunit mystery called The Case of the Missing Balls. That's on there.
Based on a true story.
Check out the album. Show your boy some support. And you can buy it on iTunes. Keyword buy it. Stop streaming. Kamal, it's time for whole shit. What you got, dog?
Okay. Today's person guilty of whole shit is Tamara Rose. All right. She is the older sister of Jalen Rose.
Oh.
And recently, she went in on her younger brother on the gram. Some background info for you guys.
Help us out now. Help us out.
All right. Jalen bought his mother a house years ago. His grandmother lived there as well. 4 years ago, his sister came to live there to help take care of his mother. Well, mom died in February of 2021, and grandma died a few months later in May.
Damn, mama died first.
Yeah, May of 2021.
Okay.
A year and a half ago. Okay. Now Jalen has decided to sell the house. Makes sense. The women he bought it for are no longer living there because they're not alive. But sis ain't happy about it.
And getting my summer stuff ready and trying to continue to be healthy, but then I got to keep dealing with this idiot and this foolishness. Do not go in my mother's room. Do not go in my mother's room. Do not go in my mother's room. Do not go in there. Don't go in my mother's room. Do not go in my mother's room. My mother just died last year, okay? And you bringing strangers all in here, Jalen Rose, to walk through your mother's house that you love so much, that you trying to sell her house a year after she passed while your sister's still living here in it. And you had the audacity to call me a squatter when I took care of our mother and our grandmother in this house. You got a lot of nerve.
In the video posted on Instagram, you can see her following Jalen around as he shows a realtor around the house. She's berating him the whole time, calling him an idiot and insinuating he's some kind of bad guy for selling his mother's house. She says things like, "My mother passed 20 months ago. I am still grieving her loss. How dare you bring anybody in here to go in my mother's room?" She continues, "This man is acting as if I do not exist and I do not live here. It will be 4 years in March. He has always said, I don't know what it is about Detroit niggas. I've been all over the world, but something about Detroit niggas, they think somebody's supposed to take care of them. I'm not just some nigga off the street. I'm your sister. Grew up in the same house with you, took care of you, raised you. You would do this to me. You let these white people see you treat your sister this way with no conscience, heart, or soul, the way I've been bullied, threatened, taunted, harassed, disregarded, and disrespected totally. Get the fuck out of here."
Come out. This is an extreme case of entitlement, my guy.
Dude, she has, I mean, Jalen's 49. And she claiming she raised him, so she's got to be at least 50.
At least.
At least 50. She's got 4 years living rent-free, and I'm sure it was a very nice house in a very nice neighborhood.
You know, I mean, this guy's an NBA player,
Multi-millionaire.
multi-millionaire. He ain't buying mom some bullshit.
No. And so,
how long do you get to stay there for free with the hiding behind the guise of this is our mom's house? Now, let me say this, man, because my grandmother has a house. I almost gave the address. That is the family house still, and people have talked about selling it. And I'm on the do not sell it side because that's grandma's house. Grandpa's, bought that house. So I understand the sentiment. But when you live there, it's a little bit of biasness because it's also saying you're selling my house. And to give the other side, it is fucked up to put your sister on the street. I got a sister. You got a sister. I can't imagine saying you're out. But he's got a great point for, maybe charge her rent. I don't know. What do you think, dog?
well, putting her out like all of a sudden, I guess that's wrong. But after grandma died in May of 2021, what did she expect?
I think she expects a lifetime living there. This is my house. I'm the one who stayed there and took care of grandma, granny. I'm the one who stayed there. I'm the one. It's entitlement all the way, my guy. And I have an aversion to entitlement. I even hate the phrase deserve. I deserve. I hate that phrase. I prefer when people say I prefer. So instead of saying, man, I deserve whatever you think you deserve, this house, I would prefer if you allowed me, if we worked out a thing to stay in the house. But it's like when people say, whenever they say the phrase, I'm your blank, that's entitlement. If you got to remind somebody you're their mom, their dad, their husband, their brother, you're saying that you should get that based on your title, and that's entitlement.
Well, for me, the whole shit is the blasting them on Instagram thinking that's going to shame him into, honestly.
Well, she's shaming him because, I mean, it's embarrassing. We're talking about it.
But this isn't a
this
kid.
Is a last-ditch effort.
This isn't what Jackson. This isn't, you know what I'm saying? Jalen Rose isn't her pops. It's her older brother.
Younger brother, right?
Younger brother. I apologize.
Yeah.
So younger brother. And so any able-bodied adult that is basically saying, I deserve to live here for free because you bought this house for my mother who is no longer alive, should be embarrassed, man.
Well, we want to ask our listeners, or viewers, whose team are you on? Team Jalen or Team Sis? Hit us up at the MRA Podcast. You can leave a message on this episode. We want to know, are you Team Jalen, Team Sis? Hit us on our Instagram at the MRA Podcast or on Twitter at the MRA Podcast. We want to know, are you Team Jalen or Team Sis? When we come back, man, we got to get into our personal lives. Then we have a Dear Erby from a guy who wants to know how to get his daughter to exercise. That's a tough one. What should he do? We'll talk about it. It's the MRA Podcast. Hey guys, what's up? If you're enjoying this show, do us a favor and donate to our Patreon.
Word.
Just go to www.patreon.com. That's patreon.com and make a donation to the MRA Podcast with Kyle and Kamal.
Word.
It's that simple. Listen to the show, love the show, share the show, break the show off with some dough.
Bars.
Kamal, my oldest son came home from Oregon. And we went to my youngest son's football game. Kamal, I'm just going to say this, man. I got to be careful. You know, this is public. I've never seen fans as unruly as my son's parents' the fans at my youngest son's school.
Wow.
Kamal, when I tell you the ref is cheating on every play, when I tell you it's a lot of calling out the coach, dude. Literally, it's like, run the ball, stop throwing it. The quarterback throws a touchdown pass, cheers. Like, dude, you just said stop throwing it. Then the quarterback threw a touchdown. It's the whole game. The first game, my sister and I, or third game, my sister and I were there, and we thought it was this one particular guy. So I was like, all right, let's not sit next to this guy. Every week, it's a different dude
It's
yelling.
a different this guy.
It's a different this guy. Different colors. I'm like, well, maybe it's, because it's a, I don't know. I don't know the people that make up the school student body. So I'm trying to figure out what it is. But it's different races. It's different people, different religions, apparent religions from traditional religion. I'm like, dog, they all come
together. They all
come to hate the whole game, every play. Come out.
Hatred brings people together of all walks of life.
There was a moment when a kid like dropped the ball, somebody jumped up and said, "What is that kid doing on the field?"
Oh wow!
I was like, "What? Don't
that kid's parent might be in the audience.
That's what I'm saying. The parent is here. What are you doing? I don't understand that, Commander. Luckily, my son's a senior, and so he's not making those kind of mental mistakes. But I could imagine how embarrassed I would be if it was my son that made a mistake. Come on, how would you feel if your boy made a mistake and a parent yelled?
Ah, man, I'm salty.
Hot.
Dude, it's yeah, man. They're kids, but the people they get so passionate about the stuff, man, and they have expectations. And I'm pretty sure that parent is probably only thinking about his kid.
Yeah,
him drop that one kid dropping the ball is ruining my kid's chances of going to the championship. Mm-hmm. He ruining my kid's chances of doing something, or my kid should be in the game instead of this kid. They're only thinking selfishly instead of like, hey man, these are children. It's bigger than sports. It's teaching camaraderie. It's teaching like brotherhood, sisterhood, sportsmanship, and sometimes the parents do not help at all.
At all. Kamal, my favorite moment, though, this man, his son, I'm not going to say his number, but his son got burned. And the man jumped up and said, what the hell is that? Make that kid walk home, kick him off the bus. And it was so egregious, I turned to look, and the guy had the same jersey on as the kid, and it was his son. So that was funny.
He was saying, make
that kid walk home, kick him off the bus.
I've seen parents go in on their kids.
I hate that too.
At when my older son was in elementary, like the little elementary basketball team. This father just kept yelling, berating his son. I mean, just going in on his son, man. Like every single thing he did was like. I told him, I was like, before I even saw how this dude got down, I was talking to him about my pops. So yeah, man, my pops used to, at the halftime, I would have to go in and talk to my pops before I talked to the coach. Let me know everything I'm doing wrong. I was like, damn, I'd be so embarrassed. Like I'm standing in the corner talking to my dad. Man, I'd be like, man, I didn't want him to come to the games because I would have to like get a recap of what I was doing. He was like, oh, you think that's bad, man? You probably think I'm the worst parent ever. I was like, nah, man.
Man,
you ain't nothing like my pops. My pops was tough.
You cool.
Yeah.
You cool, man. You good.
Hell no. This guy used to go in. My pops would go in too, but he wasn't talking shit about me. It was like, get better and stuff like that. One time, man, I was playing and the guy on my team was ball hugging. And so my pops is like, hey, man, pass the ball. And after a while, this guy stopped playing, turned to my daddy, and was like, man, shut up, dude. So him and my pops are going back and forth.
Oh, that's so embarrassing.
Doing the game. And I'm like, oh, man, Dad.
That is hysterical, Cabal.
You're embarrassing me. Not only are you embarrassing me, I can't whoop this dude's ass. Like, when this shit is all over.
That's funny.
When it's all over, when you go back to work and all of that shit, I'm going to have to deal with this motherfucker, and I cannot beat him up.
Dude, that is funny as hell. We come back, man. We have a dear Erby from a guy who wants to know how to get his daughter to exercise. What should he do? Kamal and I got to coach him up. It's an MRA podcast. You need some advice in your relationship?
And can't afford a therapist?
Yeah. Hit us up and we'll get you through this.
We won't even charge you a copay.
Exactly. The Dear Erby letter is our longest standing segment on the MRA, dating all the way back to the webisodes. This is where we truly save relationships one listener at a time. We've saved marriages.
Encourage divorce.
Taught a guy how to please his woman.
Encourage divorce.
Yeah, so hit us up for advice and we'll help you out. Send your emails to dearerby@themrapodcast.com. That is dearerby@themrapodcast.com. Let's get into this Dear Erby letter.
Let us.
Dear Erby, I lost 100 pounds last year, all part of changes I've made in my life, including leaving my wife. Damn, bro.
Damn. Is that what it takes? Okay.
Well, you's a fool, man.
Yeah, something to game about. Let me find out. Get my six-pack back or stay here and deal with this shit.
This bullshit. This lack of respect. She was/is extremely toxic, and I could not take it anymore. My mental and physical health was at risk. My ex-wife has never been in exercise. I did not leave my wife because she got fat, even though that is what she would tell you. I left her because of her negative energy. She did not want to work on herself, and she seemed to get upset when I worked on myself. As a matter of fact, when I started losing weight, she would make lots of snide remarks that I was doing it out of vanity. She claims to be in shape. She claims to have exercised all of her life, but to me, it's frankly just not enough. And every time I told her, she twisted my words and got mad at me. She is into body positivity. And even if I try to bring it up, I had better be prepared for a huge fight. She really gets triggered on this subject, which is why it is so hard for me to talk to her about our daughter's weight gain. My daughter refuses to exercise and she sits and eats junk all day long. She's starting to get big. I'm concerned for her health, and when I bring it up, my ex-wife says I'm damaging my child's self-esteem. I was wondering if you two could give me tips on how to deal with the subject of my daughter's weight gain. I have tried to exercise with my daughter on the weekends that I have her, but she's just not having it. What's the dad to do? Bruce in Ontario, California. Come on, what's he supposed to do?
Bruce. You got to trick your daughter, all right? You gotta, you wanted to exercise. You say, hey, let's go jog to the bakery.
Nigga, you are stupid.
And the donut shop and all that stuff. It's like across. This one's closed. We got to go to another one. And you just have her jog and look up. She done jog 5 miles chasing bakeries and sweets and stuff like that.
Hilarious.
Nah, man, Bruce, I feel you. Congratulations on your weight loss. You lost 100 pounds and you're still alive.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't due to no disease and nothing like that. You lost 100 pounds. Most people don't make it. That means you were really, really big. All right, so I commend you. But here's the thing about people that dedicated. It's like when people become like saved and born again. They become holier than thou. And they start judging people for doing the same shit they used to do.
Boom, boom, boom.
And they become unbearable. You know?
Unbearable.
Yeah, motherfuckers don't like to hang out with them.
Hate them.
I wonder, did you become unbearable? Did you start just judging everything? Things that you used to like to do with your wife and things that you used to like to eat. Restaurants. All of a sudden now you're pointing your finger and all of that stuff. You're wagging your finger and what are you doing? And nagging. And so I think, you start... You become that guy, man. So you're saying like it leads to an argument because you're probably judging. All right? Whatever it is that made you want to make a lifestyle change, your wife's not there yet. Did it take somebody nagging you? Or did you do it organically?
Facts.
All right? You just decided one day enough was enough. Well, your wife ain't there yet, or your ex-wife. All right? And... Your daughter might not even be there, but you're in such a health kick. You don't even see it yet.
Yeah.
You don't see it. You don't see like she's not really big, but because you're on this health kick, she's got to exercise. She's got to do that. And your daughter don't want to exercise, man. She's a teenager. A teenager wants to get out there and exercise.
Yeah, that's true.
You talk to any PE teacher.
Come on now.
Everybody walking.
I was one, and I used to hate that they be them girls be out there walking during PE. Some of the dudes too, but the girls was so hard to motivate.
Everybody walking. Hey, girls ain't trying to do that shit, man.
Nah, I'm good. Except the girls who are athletes.
Listen, I would say this, man. Be the example. You don't have to tell them what they need to do. They need to just see it. Ex-wife, daughter, keep doing you. You're doing this for yourself. Yeah. All right, work on yourself first. They say planes crashing, you know what I'm saying? Put the oxygen mask on first. Work on yourself. I think that, when daughter comes to stay with you, snacks are healthy. This is what we eat here. Now, she might not want to come over there, but if it's court mandated, damn it, she's got to go. She's got to go. But I think if you were to be less judgmental and just, do you. Maybe your daughter will come around. Your ex-wife might not ever come around. That's on her. But focus on yourself, Bruce, man, and I think you'll be more pleasant to be around. That's for damn sure.
We come back, I'm going to weigh in. Yo, what's up? I'm Kyle.
And I'm Kamal.
And you're listening to the MRA podcast where men come to talk and women come to eavesdrop. Kamal, you nailed it. I lost 100 pounds last year. Here's what I love about what you said, my guy. Bruce, you've become annoying.
It's become that guy.
Yeah, you're that dude that we cannot stand. And we all do it, man. Everybody who gets into something, whether it be reading, exercise, vegan, yoga, we want to share our experience, especially when you think somebody else is doing it wrong. And the worst thing about it is the people that know that they're wrong. It's the anti-Lizzo people. We know, I'm just paraphrasing. They, in their mind, they're sure that Lizzo's tripping. She might be. But that's not your fight. You are afraid. That's what happened. But you need to own your part in this, my guy. You lost 100 pounds because of the change I made in my life. Okay, but who'd you used to be? Well, that don't matter. Yes, it does. That's what you signed up for, my dude. That's what you signed up for. That's who you are. That's who you was. Now that's not who you are, but that's who you was. And now you're the one that wants to change and you expect him to change. Let me tell you what to do, man. When my kids, my daughter, my sons, or whatever, they come to visit Pops, we walk. And we going somewhere, we walking. You know why? Because I walk. I don't turn on my car unless I'm leaving the city. I walk everywhere I go. So we walk. My daughter and I, we went to lunch. We walked. And then we walked back. Did she feel like walking? No, but that's how we roll when we were Pops. We walk. Was she complaining a little bit? But we walk. If you're going to be with me, you're going to do what we do. My mother used to get up at 5 o'clock every day and run. And I used to sleep like a baby and think, you tripping. That was ridiculous. Now I get up every day and run. She never told me I had to. I just do it because that's who I am now. You got to hope, and this was hard for the doers. You think you got to do something to help your daughter. No, you don't. I wouldn't even tell you to make her eat them nasty-ass healthy snacks. I would tell her, here's what we're going to do. When you come over, we're not getting 5 packs of Cheetos. You get 1. You can have your Cheetos. We're just not going to sit up here and do Cheetos all day. You're not going to just sit here on your phone all day. You're going to have phone time. Don't be so rigid that you're the guy that everybody hates, including your kids. Because it's all fear, bro. I'm telling you. You're convinced in your mind that she'll be dead by the age of 22 from diabetes. And unfortunately, she might have to get the sugar. And you're going to blame yourself. I should have. Nah, bro. Lead by example. It's going to be hard because you're terrified. But I think you need to deal with that fear first, because that fear is your real problem. That fear that if I don't is the same thing that makes people so fucking annoying. That's what makes people a nag, by the way. Whoever nags you. They're afraid that if they don't, you're not going to figure it out. And the truth is, we always figure it out. They always figure it out. You're just going to have some faith and lead by example. Where can we find you?
Twitter, Instagram, and Clubhouse at Angry Kamal.
That's right. I'm at Kyle Erby 13 on Instagram and TikTok. That's KYLEERBY, the number 13 on Instagram and TikTok. Also at the MRA podcast is where you can find us both on Instagram and Twitter, also on Facebook. So if you want to answer one of the questions we asked, hit us up on those. You can watch us on Kyle Erby's YouTube. Please like, subscribe, leave a positive comment. We are trying to get these subscriptions up. KyleErby.com is my website. The MRApodcast.com is where you can listen to all 215 episodes we have done. Kamal, you're a funny dude, man. I appreciate you, dog.
Man, it's my pleasure every week.
Hey, man. Ladies, we love you. Fellas, be a man at all times.
Deuces.
MRA.